Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spirit Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining me this week. If you saw my socials earlier, you will know that Spirit wants to talk about June. So I will go ahead and ask for your patience already. I can already hear my voice sounds a little strange. I am actually recovering from COVID, believe it or not. And I'm fully vaccinated, I'm boosted. So just kind of on a side note, if you are curious about what that's like or like what my experience has been, I don't want to, put it out there for everybody, but if you're interested in what my experience with COVID has been like, please DM me and I am happy to let you know so that you can look out for yourself. But welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. How is Gemini season treating you so far? Oh my gosh, guys. It's already such a topsy-turvy energy for me. I'm a Gemini moon, so Gemini season and Mercury transits affect me a lot. So let's settle into the healing space and let's take a couple mindful breaths together. I'm just gonna place my hands over my heart and take a deep breath in. And exhale out. Inhale in and exhale out. Just inviting our spirit guides around us now, and we hold the question, which group holds my messages for the month of June? You could get a feeling, a sensation of some sort, maybe even a color or a sound, or you could just know that it's 1, 2, or 3. Or you could feel drawn to one of the options that I have here. So all of these are Palo Santo options for today. Spirit said that was very important. So for group number 1, you have a Palo Santo bracelet. And with that is the Divine Feather Messenger deck. Group number 2 has this kitty carving of Palo Santo with the Animal Spirit deck. And last but not least, group number 3 has just a stick of authentic, all of these are authentic, but this was specifically sourced from Peru, of Palo Santo for clearing. And with that, we have the Crystals Stone deck. So if you're watching in post, feel free to pause the video and meditate on the cards to choose which pile you are most drawn towards. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. So let's get started with group number 1. If you chose the Palo Santo bracelet, let's get your messages for June. We're going to start with the deck that you chose, Divine Feather Messengers. And we'll see what wants to come out first. I'm already getting a lot of air energy from you. You might even be a Gemini, so this might be birthday time for you. A lot of communication, a lot of creativity, maybe even writing going on with this group. Oh, here we go. So first we have Oriole. A new creative venture is on the horizon. What were we just talking about? See it as a positive change. And I feel like we have 3 here. We also have White Eagle. The connection to the divine guidance is within you. And third, we have Peacock. Inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth. All right. I feel like for group number 1, they're zeroing in on the White Eagle here. The connection to the divine guidance is within you. I feel like if you have been, this is super specific, but we're going there. If you have been connected to a spiritual group, maybe even on Facebook, who tends to communicate with spirit in a particular way, I feel like in June, a lot of your journey, a lot of the content and the messages that you receive will be around doing things a little bit differently. I see kind of a hermit energy around you, group number one. So I feel like it's not that what the group is doing is wrong or bad or anything like that. It's just that you're meant to look within and discover, uncover, dig in a little bit deeper and kind of find your own way of doing things. Yeah, and they're like, yep, that's it. And then these two birds flanking this message of kind of doing things your own way, communicating with spirit in a different way than you've been taught. These birds are very showy. So I feel like whatever comes out of that experience, for example, maybe you were taught you have to have meetings with your spirit guides every day. And maybe you're just like, girl, that's not working for me. So I just do something different. It feels like once you fully embrace that within the month of June, whatever comes out of it is going to be very fruitful and very obviously correct for you, to the point where other people are like, wow, how did you do that? Would you mind sharing your methods with me? Yeah, I love this. And it feels like a really, maybe an uncomfortable thought for you. You feel like you're very loyal to the people around you. But Spirit's like, it's not that, doing something different or doing something on your own is inherently bad, or it doesn't mean you're rejecting anything. It's just different, and you're meant to stick out kind of on your own and find this new way for you and possibly even share it with others. Interesting. Okay, let's get some tarot to get some more insight on some situations that you might be facing in June, maybe some overall themes. Definitely spirit messages seems to be a big focus for you. That seems to be a priority. Okay, I'm hearing the number 4 already. You might hear or see numbers really clearly, like synchronistic. Maybe you see 444, 1111, things like that. Because I'm hearing numbers for you very clearly. You might be a numbers person too, like data entry and things like that. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Swords. Wow. The Knight of Pentacles. And the 5 of Wands. Interesting. We will unpack that, I promise. Okay, so whatever's going on for you in June, it's a lot of newness. There's a lot of new energy. It feels like it's been building up within you. It feels like you are represented here as the Knight of Pentacles. Let's talk about this character for a minute. This is someone's very logical, very practical. Someone who might move slower than the other knights, but this person is very honest and very dependable. You can always trust a Knight of Pentacles. You know what he's up to. So whatever you have been diligently working towards, know that you are going to start to see a return on that in the month of June, because 2 of your 4 cards are pentacles. So it feels like money, finance, and work are your priorities for the month of June. That's what I'm seeing here. A new opportunity's coming your way, maybe a job offer or a raise at your current job, an additional benefit you didn't know was coming to you. And then sort of in the midst of all this finance, there's this other kind of revelation that happens. You might have a truth that's like exposed to you in a way that's like, whoa, just like very apparent and almost kind of abrasive. So it might feel a little bit uncomfortable. I'm hearing it. It's almost like there's a strike of lightning and you're like, whoa, I had no idea that was going on. But it feels like this is being revealed to you so you can wield it for your own good. I feel a really deep, peaceful energy about you, group number 1. So if you're seeing something that could be potentially negative, maybe about a group of people, or it could even be that spiritual group that came up before, maybe there's some interesting dynamics that you're realizing. It feels like the reason why Spirit's handing you this information is so that you can then be a beacon of peace. So it's not like, you know, to do anything negative or hurtful, because you never would. And Spirit's like, that's the whole point. That's why we are choosing them to know, or to kind of, it feels like you have an inside eye to a situation that might be surprising to other people. And then we have this Five of Wands, and it feels like these are kind of intertwined. So there might be some infighting. This can also mean just like competition. So someone who is really interested, or multiple people who are very interested in being the boss or having power, having their say, even if it means playing a little bit dirty, I'm feeling, which is interesting. I've been seeing things for a couple weeks that are kind of like that too. So weird, pile number one. I feel like we are aligned in some way. So let's go ahead and let's get some lessons cards up in here. I'm curious too, like, what is this about? Because it feels like it's not, I mean, you've definitely, you know, you've been hanging out with this group of people, or maybe you even work with a group of people where this kind of, I think toxic's a strong word, murky dynamic is going on. So it's like, you know, you've chosen to associate with them, you're investing your time there, but it's like all of this is kind of happening around you, and I'm hearing circus music. It's like all of this started happening and you were like, what the hell? That escalated quickly, and now I have no idea what to do. So what is going on here? What lessons are being worked out for June for group number one? And I'm hearing 3. Acceptance in reverse. I'm going to take that reversed. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. Okay. We also have grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And abundance. I am a limitless being. I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. It feels like maybe it could be that abundance is something that the spiritual group talks a lot about. It feels like the shadow aspect is being highlighted of that though. So I feel like rarely do I give a caution, but I'm feeling like there's a caution here because it's right under this Pentacles, and there's 2 Pentacles. So I know that that's important in your life right now. And Spirit's saying, don't let money keep you in a place that you know ethically you should not be. Now, that doesn't mean you have to make, you know, a brash decision and like, you know, quit or cut people out of your life. Again, you're very peaceful. You're here to bring peace into the situation. However, it does require you looking into the depths of that and really accepting it for what it is. So maybe there's people involved in this that you really care about and that, you know, you'd hate to think are dishonest or have skewed views or values at the moment. But I feel like some people are just having a hard time right now, and they don't realize that they're making things really difficult for others as well. I don't think that anyone is trying to be, I think it's pretty rare. I'll correct that because I don't want to, this is some armchair psychology. I don't want to pretend to understand every human being, but I think it's rare that someone is just malicious, right? That someone is just trying to make things bad for others. I don't think that's the case, but I mean, I feel like there is this kind of like harsh reality that's being revealed to you about somebody around you in this work situation. And then there's grief associated with that as well. And it's like understanding that the past version of this, either the situation or the person, you know, is a beautiful memory, but that's kind of like, this is such like a You must have really asked for a real message, group number one, because I usually don't get things that are this blunt. But Spirit's like, it's a beautiful memory and that's where it needs to stay. It needs to stay in the past because these people are changing. This dynamic is getting worse. And we don't want you to be in the middle of that and become entangled in it, because other people are, it's starting to leach out. You know what I mean? And Spirit does not want you to be affected by that energetically. And I feel like you are. And I feel like it really sucks. And I feel like you're in a position where you can't say anything. Maybe you even signed an NDA or something. I don't know. Okay, let's get some advice for you, group number one. I'm so sorry. This is really shitty. And I'm just here to be real with you. You know, I'm a Sagittarius sun, I'm a Gemini moon. I am always going to tell you exactly how it is. And the way it is it sucks at the moment. It's a crappy situation. And you don't deserve to be in the middle of it. I don't feel like you created it. I feel like you just happened to be here. So I hope that resonates. I don't really know what they mean by that, but they're like, okay, that's good. Okay, we have full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. And what does that say? Waxing crescent moon, have faith in your dreams. Oh, they talk about your dreams 2 times. I feel like whatever this situation is, the crappy situation, I feel like you knew all along this was a stepping stone. It's not like this was the dream. You know what I mean? Like, I have arrived. This is my dream job. I feel like you might be an entrepreneur or have plans to do something on your own. Kind of like how the White Eagle talked about your own special way that you communicate with the divine. And it feels like Spirit is saying you're starting to see this unravel because it's getting to be time to leave for you, time to plan. It's not like you have to up and leave and drop everything and make a scene. You know, Spirit really wants you to take your time. Knight of Pentacles is also a very Taurus energy. And make real life steps for you so that you feel supported, because this is about you and your dreams, right? This isn't about buttressing this other person. Maybe the person, this could even be your boss. Maybe they're having a hard time facing the reality of their situation and it's starting to affect everyone in the company. I don't know, but Spirit really wants to help you get out of there, okay? They want to help you build your own ladder so that you can climb out of that dumpster fire, girl, because you're not meant to go down with the ship. Okay, let's see what divine abundance is coming for you in June. This was a real... This was a real reading. Who are you, group number one? My goodness. I want to know all the good things coming for group one because they're going through it. And I feel like this might be a pattern for you. So you might be like a channeler, or in other words, or an empath. It feels like people have always kind of overshared to you because people know subconsciously that you are here to help and that you're a trustworthy person. So you might be used to knowing stuff that you shouldn't know. But again, that can put you in situations that you don't need to be in. So I really feel for you, group number one. I relate to that too. Okay, now I want Spirit. I want to know. We've had a lot of tea for group number one. I want to know all the good things coming for them in June. All the good things. And I heard 4, but we might not stop, girl, because this was a lot. Sanctity. Through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. Inner child, allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest feelings, or deepest needs and feelings. I keep mixing words, so I wonder if maybe you're feeling a little bit cloudy too. I feel like, and I'm touching this indigo card, I feel like there's something going on with your third eye right now. Oh, interesting. Stay in the present and don't get too far ahead with the flow. Yes, that's with the practical plan, taking your time with the Knight of Pentacles, making sure that you are supporting yourself. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come, that can be handled each moment. Yes. I feel like it's time to put your best interests at the forefront. Okay. And acceptance. You have acceptance 2 times, girl. Radical acceptance in the now opens the flow, and there's that in the now as well. I know I mention this philosopher all the time, but Eckhart Tolle, here he is coming up again. I feel like if you're feeling stressed, or if you are taking a walk, maybe listening to some of his teachings, he posts stuff on YouTube, would be helpful to help you tap into the now, into the present moment. But yes, dear soul, it's time to prioritize yourself, accepting that you're outgrowing the situation. You're seeing things that you're meant to see so that you can create future change for yourself and look out for yourself. Okay, I feel like there's one more takeaway message for you. So let's get it for you. Group number 1. Open your heart. I feel like this is a really interesting message. So, So I have clairvoyance, which means, you know, I can look at this and see something different, or maybe it moves for me sometimes. And I'm looking at this and it's opening and closing. And I feel like the main takeaway advice for you is being able to discern in June who it is wise to open up to. I feel like not everyone needs to see your heart, or maybe doesn't deserve to. Maybe you feel betrayed, or maybe you feel like someone was dishonest with you, and it feels like Spirit saying it's okay to close that up. You know, the same people don't need to be connected with you and know everything you're doing all the time. But at the same time, really lean on the people that you know love you and that you know are there in your best interest, okay? Oh my gosh, you'll have to let me know if that resonated in the comments below. I kind of related to a couple points there, but those were your messages for those of you who chose group number 1 with the Palo Santo bracelet for your month of June. I hope that you're able to reclaim your power and create an escape plan for yourself, because you really deserve it. And I'm sending. All right, let's get started with group number 2. If you chose the kitty Palo Santo carving and the spirit animal deck, let's get your messages for the month of June. We'll start with the deck that you chose and then build out from there. I feel like already your instincts are really important. Your instincts. Okay. And I'm hearing 4. So we'll get 4 spirit animals to start. Yeah, I feel like your instincts are going to create a more stable foundation for you, group number 2. And so we have the vulture, the dragon, and the stingray. Beautiful cards. These are some of my favorite characters. So let's talk about the vulture. She's quite noticeable. So the vulture has a special meaning for me. And they're actually bringing up this memory I have of when I was little, I would point out all the birds in the sky, no matter what they were. And I was, oh my gosh, this is probably my Gemini moon. I would ask my mom endless questions. What's that? What's that? What's that? Tell me more. And so she told me that a certain bird, a certain shape I identified was a vulture, but she didn't tell me like what they did or anything. So when we were out with family members, I pointed up in the sky and was like, oh, it's a vulture. And everyone kind of laughed and was like, ooh, gross. Um, but I think they get a bad rap, but really, so you might have memories coming up from the past this month for you, things that have to do with you as a child, your true nature, I'm hearing, but also the vulture to me means that nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. So it feels like you're releasing a situation that was difficult to deal with. It feels like you've already gone through a death and rebirth cycle, and now you are stepping into June with fresh eyes. And the dragon here is all about your solar plexus chakra. This is a spirit card. I don't know if you can see that holographic here on this card. So solar plexus healing and solar plexus strength is going to be your focus this month. This is all about feeling good about yourself, honoring who you are, and empowering yourself to do and say whatever you need to do and say. And then flanking these two, it's interesting. You have really intense cards in the middle, and then you have these kind of beautiful, serene, elegant cards on the outside. So I feel like you might be working on your appearance as well. It's like, even if I have all of this intensity going on, I want to appear professional, or I want to appear serene. And I feel like that is really going to be achieved for you, group number 2. And so with Dragonfly, I feel like this is all about staying present in the now moment and remaining flexible. So dragonflies can fly backwards, and they're like little helicopters. Like, they can just stop mid-air. They're really amazing, and they can balance on anything. So I feel like you're also going to be, and this is an air element, very mentally flexible. Maybe thinking about things in a new way. You might be learning something new, maybe at work. And then with the stingray, I feel like you're healing yourself. I feel like maybe health has become important to you recently. Maybe whatever you're recovering from had to do with health. And you're like, listen, I'm really going to hone in and make sure that I'm eating well, that I have a rainbow on my plate every time I eat. The stingray is all about balance and going with the flow. Okay, wow. Really beautiful messages so far. Let's see what the tarot has to say for group number 2. What kind of situations are you dealing with in June? Oh. Okay. We'll take those. I feel like there's one more. So first out, we have the Page of Swords. This is a Gemini card. We have the Ace of Wands, followed by Strength. I've been seeing the Strength card so much lately. Then we have the Nine of Wands, and then lastly, the Magician. So you have 2 major arcana out of your 5. This feels like a significant month for you. Maybe you're starting something new that's really important to you, a new career. Something where you kind of feel like new. It's not like you're a novice, but it's like you're new. So you're being depicted here as the Page of Swords. Again, this is typically a Gemini card. This can point to any air sign placement. A page is someone who asks a lot of questions. Going back to that story they had me tell about the vulture. This is someone who is full of ideas and is very sharp, very funny, very flexible, and a quick study. So you might be training, in fact, studying something new and moving in a brand new direction with your career. But yeah, this page and energy is a little inexperienced. So it might be like a totally new field that you have not sort of been able to break into before. But Spirit wants to let you know You definitely have the strength to do this. You absolutely do. You should even lean on that a little bit. Like, trust your future self to deal with whatever your present day self is anxious about. You know, I'm anxious about meeting new people. Trust your future self to be able to tame that lion. And it feels like, you know, we have this infinity symbol here. You're really tapped into divine energy. So don't forget that you are not alone. You have a whole spirit team around you. Take them to work, you know. Say, you know, please, I would love to receive your guidance today. I would love to receive your assistance with remaining balanced and cool-headed and professional, and they will totally show up for you. I can see this tendency here to worry about what is coming next. You might be used to shouldering more work than you really need to, taking on way more responsibility than is appropriate. Actually, oh my gosh, hold on just a second. I just looked at my battery and it's almost dead. Okay, did that work? I plugged it in. It did. Oh my gosh. Group number 2, your battery is almost out. You need to rest, girl. You need to rest. You need to pay attention to your energy levels. So if you're feeling anxious, I'm really getting anxiety from this group. That might be something that you've dealt with in the past. I definitely have as well. I relate a lot to that. You're used to dealing with things on your own, not wanting to burden other people. An easy fix or an easy thing to remember for the month of June is check in with your energy levels and sleep. Literally lay down and take a nap if you feel really overwhelmed, like you can't stop thinking. And that's a message I got for myself earlier this week as well. So group number 2, we must be connected on that. But lastly, probably most importantly, in your June, you have the Magician, which is an incredible card. I feel like this is often interpreted as like worldly materials, like you have the materials you need to create something. I read this differently. I feel this is more about your energetic sources. So your mental body, your emotional body, your physical body, and your spiritual body are all aligned this month. It's not like your mind is somewhere else and your body is somewhere else. You have the opportunity to make incredible strides towards something that you have been wanting to create, which is so exciting. I feel like maybe even your health has improved a lot. Like that might have been a goal that you had at one time, to really improve anxiety or your mental health. And I feel like you've been successful with that. So let's see what else is going on for group number 2 for the month of June. Okay. I heard 2. New moon in Gemini. We just had that maybe a couple days ago. Communication is key. And new moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. Nice. So I feel like if you are, I really feel like you're stepping into a new situation, either socially or with work, like a new group of people you haven't really convened with before. And if you're feeling like, you know, oh my gosh, I don't know how to make friends anymore, or I don't know if people will like me, I think they will. And also, I think you can be a little bold because you do have luck on your side and you're a really good communicator. So again, there's this message of trusting your future self to deal with things that your present day self is worried about. I feel like, now please don't exploit this group number 2, but I'm just going to tell you how it is. Remember, I told you I will always tell you how it is. I feel like you could talk your way around pretty much anything. Let's say for some wild reason you made a bad mistake. I feel like you could reasonably have a rational conversation and kind of get around it. Sagittarius, I'm a Sag, so I feel like I can say this, gets themselves into trouble, but easily gets themselves out. And I feel like Gemini is similar. They're both mutable. So I'll just put that out there. Okay, let's see what lesson is coming full circle for June. And I feel like it's just one. And it already flipped over. And we have discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Yeah, maybe you're setting up a new routine with this new situation that you're in. But it can be with Sagittarius and Gemini both. And of course, I have both of these signs, wouldn't you know? Both of these signs need a lot of stimulation. They need variety. It gets boring. It gets boring really easily, okay? So a routine is something that I personally have resisted in different chapters of my life, but I feel like this is going to be really good for you in June. Remaining disciplined and committed to a structure. It could be that there hasn't been structure for a while, so maybe you've been between jobs or something, but I feel like you've been able to realize like, wow, I really do better when I do have a structure. Or on days when I just give myself free rein, I just like, you know, the whole day's gone and I don't even know what happened. So I feel like Spirit is saying we're really going to be embracing that energy for you for the month of June. But again, it's really in your best interest. It's not like to serve a company. This has to do with your personal strength, your opportunity. And again, remember how we said all of your energetic bodies are aligned, your ability to manifest what you want. Having that structure in place is going to make it easier for you to do that. So let's see what abundance we have coming in for group number 2. And then we'll get your closing message. Okay. All right, we have divine abundance. Freedom. Yeah, you probably are a Sagittarius placement like me. Freedom is like everything to me. Right action. Let everything that wants to go, go, and everything that wants to come, come. Ooh, interesting. You're like a live and let live type. And limitless. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone, and so can you. You're the magician down here. Don't forget that. Even though you're a page, in this particular circumstance, you truly are the magician. That's your true nature. So remember that. Remember how strong you are. Lean on your inner strength. Maybe even meditate and connect with your higher self. Yeah, and release this paranoia. Or, I mean, that's easier said than done, right? But do what you can to trust yourself and really honor your own journey, because I feel like you've been led into this opportunity divinely. So maybe it's not, you know, what you studied, or maybe it's not your personal business or your first choice, but I feel like this opportunity has really been laid out for you. Like Spirit said, in order for you, like maybe you met with Spirit and you said, okay, my priority is to create freedom for myself. That's what I want. I want expansion. I want abundance. I just want to know the next right thing to do. Can you just give me the next right thing to do? And then they place this opportunity in your lap. That's what it feels like. So that's really beautiful. Let's get your takeaway message for June for group number 2. Change your tune. I feel like you might have an opportunity to go out with your coworkers or this new group of people, like afterwards, and they might have like this, you might even go karaoke or something like that. But it feels like you might be used to coworkers in the past whining a lot, but I feel like this is a good group of people. I feel like they will help you change your tune as well. That's amazing. So if you're in a new job, I feel like you're going to meet people who also like that job, and that helps you like the job, right? It's like if one person starts complaining, then everybody feels like they want to complain. So that's amazing. Those are your messages. If you chose group number 2 with the Palo Santo cat, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Good luck on the new job or the new situation, new group. You're definitely a divine, abundant, limitless being. Don't forget it. I'm sending you tons of love and light, and I will see you next time. Okay, last but not least, let's get started with group number 3. If you chose the Palo Santo stick for clearing, if we can focus here, let's get your messages. We'll start with the crystal deck that you chose, and then we'll build out your monthly messages from there for June. I feel like for group number 3, I feel like you're seeking clarity about something particular. So let's see what's going on for you. For group number 3, okay. Let's see what those are so far. Oh, that's 4. Okay, we'll take those. Okay. So we have Herkimer Diamond, Muscovite. Oh, that's beautiful. Is that Malachite? Malachite! Nailed it. And Obsidian. Okay, let me take a look at these. These have a lot of information on them. So we have power wash your energy, develop your foresight, claim your success, protect your soul. I feel like this is your to-do list or something, group number 3. Huh, I feel like you might even be interested in doing readings or something. Either doing them yourself, like as the psychic, or you might be seeking them. And so that's why develop your foresight is in here. It's like Spirit is saying, it feels like there's such a heavy aspect or focus on spirituality. And it feels like Spirit is saying, we really want to meld that with logic in here. And I feel like you're already starting to do that because, you know, you've discerned and realized that I need to take care of my own energetic field and I need to set myself up for success. So I can't just, you know, do readings and, you know, wish for it and try to manifest things. I have to actually take steps, reclaim my power in this moment because we're in the 3D world. Like that's the life that we signed up for. So those are the steps that we have to take. They have to be tangible steps. But I feel like you're concerned about protection for some reason. So let's see what's going on here. Why is there such a spiritual focus for group number 3? Okay, for group number 3, what are they dealing with? Oh, I got a flash of the Page of Cups. So I feel like you get spirit messages all the time. And it feels like maybe you've just kind of gone, all right, fuck it. Like, let's just lean into it. I see all this weird animal stuff anyway. Let me just learn what it means. Okay. I'm sorry, Mom, if you're watching. I just said the F word. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, that's 2 groups that's had that. That's awesome. I love that for you. We have the High Priestess. Yes, definitely studying like esoteric, unknown kind of things. And I feel like there's 2 more. Yeah, we have the Moon and the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so this kind of doubles down on what we were saying before with malachite, how you are realizing that there's real tangible things that I need to do in order to create stability for myself. And that means, you know, protecting and saving what I've built and accepting new opportunities. But I feel like there might be a tendency here to overprotect or to lean into that a little bit too hard. Here with obsidian, my shaman teacher once said, the more you focus on protecting yourself, you actually draw things that you need to be protected from. Does that make sense? Like, you magnetize this energy. If you're like, I need to protect myself, I need to protect myself. There's bad things, there's bad things. It's like the bad things are like, oh, did you want me to come over? Oh, I'll be there tonight, girl. So Spirit's like, let's be careful not to do that, because you definitely have a gift here with the High Priestess and the Moon. You might even be having like really memorable dreams. You might have visitation in your dreams. And it feels like, yes, let's protect the energetic field. Let's protect you while you are doing these spiritual things, or rather while these spiritual things are happening to you. Because I'm hearing someone say, I didn't ask for this. So I feel like there's a mix. There's some people who are interested in this, and then some people who might just be experiencing some things in their home. First of all, you know, I can always help you out. Don't be afraid to seek help if you do truly feel unsafe. But there's ways to protect yourself and to cleanse your aura that are very light and bright and filled with divine energy, not fearful energy of like needing to cast anything away, or, you know, it feels like there might be concerns about some darker things, and it feels like Spirit's like, let's just totally shift your perspective about that, because you need rest, you need to sleep here. And it feels like this stuff that's happening with the unknown that you're trying to read up on feels like a great opportunity, but it's also causing some disruption in sleep, which is not good. We definitely want you to be rested. So let's see what lessons are coming up for June. Very interesting subject coming out for group number 3. Is your house haunted, group number 3? I used to be obsessed with stuff like that, but it's, oh, so they want me to bring this up. I used to be obsessed with like scary movies and hauntings and stuff like that, but it's because I had this psychic spiritual connection that I didn't know how to articulate. And that was the only thing I was exposed to that talked about like spirits and ghosts. So, I mean, I was scaring myself to death, but what I was really trying to do was learn what was going on with me, like what I was perceiving. Why do I feel connected to this? And really what it took for me is connecting with a group that I found to be very positive and safe, that talked about spiritual stuff. So you get that fix, you're actually learning things that are helpful, and you're not scaring yourself to death. So we have envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. And regret, I know that I cannot change the past. I just heard relationships really loud. So maybe there's cycles that you're noticing going on in your relationships. You might find yourself, if you're into masculines or divine masculines, you might find yourself with jealous men, or just kind of that dynamic of like possessiveness. And it's like, what am I doing? Why do I keep ending up with the same type of person? And I don't want this. That's what I'm feeling, is the bottom line, is like, I don't want this and I want to change it. And it feels like if that's resonating for you, if you're with that kind of like domineering masculine, possessive masculine, it could be that they totally denied spiritual stuff, that they totally denied your psychic abilities, your sensitivities. It feels like that was happening around the connection a lot. Like maybe you perceived things together, or like had similar dreams, something like that, and the other person would deny it because it's scary. So Spirit's clarifying and saying, we don't want you to take away from that situation that you were wrong or you weren't perceiving anything, or we don't want you to feel crazy. That person's own fear kept them from affirming the truth to you. So it feels like on your own, you are researching the truth to kind of like not only vindicate yourself, but almost set yourself free from what you've been told by this other person in this other situation. Yeah, Spirit wants you to feel validated and empowered. Spirit does your guides and the universe never wants you to feel disempowered or fearful. Just know that to be true. If you're feeling that, that is not intuition. Your intuition is inherently either neutral or positive, okay? Your intuition and your guides and the universe, whatever you want to call it, God, angels, they don't want you to feel scared and they don't want you to feel powerless. So I feel like I needed to say that for some reason. So we have a new start is coming, new moon. Love that. And it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. Yeah, there's that relationship coming up again. And Mars energy. And it feels like there's a way to do this over. So it feels like there's a way to reinvent the way you process relationships in June. So you might meet somebody, you might be flirting, you might be putting yourself out there, but it doesn't feel like super serious. Scorpio can be very, very serious, and we're releasing the scorpionic energy. So it feels like you might be totally on the flip side, which would be Gemini, you know, the season. Like, I just want to be curious. I want to be light and bright and talkative, and I just want to learn. I want to learn more about this, and you're definitely going to get it. So that light, bright energy feels so much better for you. It's not this like seething, regretful, dark, fearful energy that's been going on. And I'm also feeling for you like there's an opportunity to attract new friends in as well. So if that is something you've been interested in, know that they are coming for you in June. Just make sure to show up and say yes to your events. Like if you're invited to stuff, please go. That's another reason to rest. We have a rest card under here so that you feel good and charged up and ready to go for your social events. So what abundance is coming through for group 3 in June? True offering. Non-duality. Wow. What a Gemini card. Let me read that. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluent at doing both. Guidance. Oh yeah. We know you've wanted that. And I actually feel like there's 2 more. Ease and reframe. Yeah, again, there's this opportunity for a do-over to kind of reframe what you think about relationships and how you feel like you have to operate in them with non-duality. It feels like you have an ease about you in June. So maybe you've had like a recent glow up where you're feeling really confident about the way you look, about your personality. And it feels like you really know what you offer. It's like you are the offering. You know, it feels like you are really empowered for June. So I love this for you. And the guidance is there too. So it's this really powerhouse energy of like, I trust myself, but when I need guidance, I know it will be there. But again, there's the star in the darkness. So Spirit is again reminding you for June, please try not to think of spiritual things and protection as like negative. Okay, that's really, really, really important. That's one of the first things my shaman teacher taught us, is to not focus on that, because you kind of unknowingly call that stuff into you. And we don't, this is topsy-turvy enough in the current world. We don't need any more trickster energy around you for the month of June. So let's get your final guidance for group number 3. Be where you are. And I just heard true north, and then we have this imagery here about the North Star as well. So I feel like something about your purpose is gonna like kind of like shift into place this month for June. And this whole spirituality journey. And it's, I want to let you know, group number 3, I've done similar stuff where I thought I was trying to be curious, but I got really fixated on things that ended up being kind of scary and negative. I mean, thankfully I was able to catch it and, nothing bad happened, but I don't want you to feel like you messed up. Okay. You didn't. You're just figuring this out. And it feels like at the end of this, or at the big flourish of this, when you're on top of the mountain and you've learned all of this esoteric knowledge, you've learned about your sensitivities, you've learned how to protect yourself in a way that's really light and easy and beautiful, you're going to be able to look back at all of this and be really thankful for all of the twists and turns. And you're going to be able to discern, oh, if this didn't happen, I wouldn't have connected with this person. Or, if I hadn't watched this scary movie, I would have never had this connection to this. You know what I mean? It can be anything. So definitely, don't take this as like a big reverent warning. It's not. It's quite the opposite. It's like, really an invitation to lighten up and have fun. This can be fun. It really should be fun, Okay. Amazing. So those are your messages for those of you who chose group number 3 with the Palo Santo stick. You might even be considering a relocation as well, is the last message that I'm getting right before I close the doors. But those are your messages for the month of May. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you tons of love and light, and I will see you next time.